In this video, we'll be looking at three LOS. A, demonstrate the application of the Code of Ethics and Standards of Professional Conduct to situations involving issues of professional integrity. B, distinguish between conduct that conforms to the Code and Standards and conduct that violates the Code and Standards. And finally, C, recommend practices and procedures designed to prevent violations of the Code of Ethics and Standards of Professional Conduct. Standard 6, conflicts of interest. Substandard A, disclosure of conflicts. Standard 6A, disclosure of conflicts. Members and candidates must make full and fair disclosure of all matters that could reasonably be expected to impair their independence and objectivity or interfere with respective duties to their clients, prospective clients, and employer. Members and candidates must ensure that such disclosures are prominent, are delivered in plain language, and communicate the relevant information effectively. The highlights for this standard are disclosure of conflicts to employers, disclosure to clients, cross-departmental conflicts, conflicts with stock ownership, and conflicts as a director. Guidance for Standard 6A, disclosure of conflicts. Disclose to clients all matters that could impair objectivity. Allow clients to judge motives, biases. For example, between member or firm and issuer, investment banking relations, broker-dealer market-making activities, significant stock ownership, or board service. Disclose to employers conflicts of interest, ownership of stocks analyzed and recommended, board participation, financial and other pressures that might influence decisions. Also covers conflicts that could be damaging to employers' business. Recommended procedures for Standard 6A, disclosure of conflicts. Disclose compensation arrangements with employer that conflict with client interests. If firm does not permit disclosure, consider disassociating from the activity. Firms are encouraged to include compensation information in promotional materials. We're going to finish this Standard 6A, disclosure of conflicts, with an example from the text. Michael Pappas is the Chief Investment Officer of his state's retirement fund. The fund has always used outside advisors for the real estate allocation, and this information is clearly presented in all fund communications. Thomas Nagel, a recognized sell-side research analyst and Pappas Business School classmate, recently left the investment bank he worked for to start his own asset management firm, Accessible Real Estate. Nagel is trying to build his assets under management and contacts Pappas about gaining some of the retirement fund's allocation. In the previous years, the performance of the retirement fund's real estate investments was in line with the fund's benchmark, but was not extraordinary. Pappas decides to help out his old friend and also to seek better returns by moving the real estate allocation to Accessible. The only notice of change in advisor appears in the next annual report in the listing of associated advisors. So the comment here is Pappas has violated Standard 6A by not disclosing to his employer his personal relationship with Nagel. Disclosure of his past history with Nagel would allow his firm to determine whether the conflict may have impaired Pappas's independence in deciding to change managers. So the reason why I wanted to put this example in is you can see is that sometimes an activity or behavior is in violation of more than one standard. So when you see the comments here, it says, see also Standard 4C, responsibilities of supervisors, Standard 5A, diligence and reasonable basis. He changed asset managers because it was his friend. That's not the diligence and reasonable basis that you need to make such a decision. And also Standard 5B, communications with clients and prospective clients. He only did it in the next annual report in the listing of associated advisors, and the recommended procedures might have been something different. And that's the last slide for this Standard 6A, disclosure of conflicts. Thank you.